Just for you, a Quilt Conversations live highlight, a tropical quilting retreat at sea.
Oh, yeah, so this is called All Eyes on Me. I'm super excited about this one because it is curve piecing, but we're curve piecing with a relatively large curve. So that's based on a 12-inch circle. So this one is actually, it's the same pattern, but instead of having your centers highlighted, we now have the center sort of melt into the background. And this is the one that I made sure I finished specifically for the cruise because I feel like it reminds me of the Caribbean. It reminds me of ocean waters. It reminds me of like all of the blues and greens with pops of color that we maybe get to see in the ocean while we're out on the cruise. So this is one I definitely finished. But no matter what your fabric is, you can definitely sort of find your way in this pattern, and you can make a project as small or as large as you would like. The really fun thing about this pattern is that it's pre-cut friendly. Charm pack layer cakes are perfect with this project. So this gives you the opportunity to be able to practice those curves and to really get the technique down. And so if after the cruise you want to go home and make something bigger, you can. And my patterns are always baby through king size. So when you go home, you'll be able to definitely make whatever, or make it as big as you would like, for sure.
Latifah, tell us more about yourself, something that I haven't shared that quilters would love to know and find out on the quilting cruise.
Unless you follow me, because I confess this all the time, but my sort of secret confession is that I don't love to sew. But I love to design and I love the finished product, and sewing is kind of the means to the end. The beauty is that you all benefit from that because I try to develop for that in-between place, which is sewing for all of us. I try to develop techniques that are efficient and innovative. And, I don't know what term you used early, but I always say I'm a lazy sewist or quilter. And which is why I don't do a ton of handwork, but this has also forced me to finally dive into the handwork project that I'm looking forward to as well. So I'm just super excited to be here today and really, really looking forward to the cruise.
Let's look at the next project.
If I ever hand quilted a quilt, it was going to be a clamshell quilt, of course. When I designed this project, I designed it so that I can finally achieve that goal. So it's a little bit selfish. Clamshells are also a really classic shape. And so I feel like with classic shapes, no matter what your fabric choice is, it looks beautiful because of the shape in and of itself. This is also charm pack friendly, and I designed it so that we can make a project that we can pretty almost finish on the cruise itself. So this is a quilt as you go, clamshell, and we will be making a pillow. And I have not finished my initial project, and I've already cut out fabric for my second one. And so both of them should be finished by the time we cruise. But it's quilt as you go, so we're quilting it directly on a piece of batting. We're doing big stitch quilting as well. So the techniques that you learn at Geraldine's class, and we'll talk a little bit more about Gylen's class, we're all doing different versions of like a big stitch sashiko style quilting. But I'm really, really excited, and I'm excited to see how I can use this for my dream of doing a hand quilted and pieced quilt. So this is kind of like an applique / quilt as you go. So we're actually stitching each one of those clamshells down a row at a time, and it goes relatively quickly as well. So I'm super excited about this project.
Okay, we have a question. I'm going to put it up on screen. It's from Toby. She says, will quilt kits and tools be available on board, or will we need to bring fabric and tools with us?
So I believe the way quilt seminars at sea work is they will send out, once we get the cruise filled, which is our first goal, then after that they will send out information on ordering your kits. The kits, I believe that each one of us are creating, so Geraldine, Gyleen, and myself are your tool and supply kits, and you'll provide your fabric. So I don't know, Geraldine and Gyleen may be thinking about doing fabric kits, but I'm not, and I'm trying to make it so that they're pre-cut friendly. You can grab a charm packs or layered cakes and be able to be ready to go on your cruise.
Yes, that's right. Each teacher has created a special kit to go with their classes, and it will vary depending upon the class if there's fabric, and teacher if there's fabric or not fabric. We will try and make it as easy as possible because we know packing space is a premium for both of us, teachers and for the students. Now, I noticed that you have a template in this photo. So are you using your tool?
No. So I wanted to make this charm pack friendly. So it's 5 inches, and my smallest clamshell is actually a 6-inch clammy. So that's the one I use for piecing. So what I've done is I've created a custom Mylar template so we can actually use this and iron our fabric around the curve. And I've already figured it all out, and it's already drafted out. So it'll be custom and it'll come in your kit that's available for the class. So I'm super excited about this one.
Let's look at the next project. So you've had one piece class, machine class, and one hand class. The next one is also a machine class.
So this particular quilt is a pattern that uses my half rectangle triangle ruler called the Hurdy, which makes half rectangle triangles really easy. The fun thing about this quilt is that it's so, look at you, you have it. The fun thing about this quilt is that it's a quick sew. So a lot of you are going to get done with your quilt top in our sewing session during the day or after hours slightly, when you get finished. It'll pretty much be done. The reason why is because our half rectangle triangles are 6 by 12.
Okay, can you hold it up for a few moments for us to take it in?
Hold it up for a minute so you can see it.
Wow, that's fantastic. That is fantastic.
So in this, it's either 3 fabrics or 5 fabrics. The cuts are really simple, so packing for this is not going to be really, over the top either. So, and you can have so much fun. I'll send you a coloring page before so you can really plan and play with color, but you can really have fun with picking fabrics for this. And they sew up so quickly that I've made like 4 or 5 of them already. I'll show you this one because I think it's a lot of fun color-wise.
That is beautiful.
And it's a fairly traditional block. It's just blown up, which I love to do. And you can learn a technique, but also get a quilt done pretty quickly as well. Because I think half rectangle triangles are definitely a technique that a lot of people are a little bit hesitant about unless you have the right tool. And the Hurdy is a great tool, but that's probably the simplest of my half rectangle triangles or Hurdy patterns. And I love it because you can finish it in class or with just maybe a little bit of extra time afterwards. You can pretty much get it done within the day, or definitely get a great majority of it done in that time. So thank you all. I see you're loving it. I'm super excited. I hope some of you are signed up for the cruise. If not, tell your friends about it. We got this awesome opportunity that was like sort of dumped in our lap at the last time. And they asked, can you fill the cruise? We're like, well, we're going to try because we want to go. And we're hoping that you could come with us and join us.
I love your projects, especially the large scale quilt. There was a lot of excitement in the chat about the large scale. When I first saw the photos, I thought they were quilt blocks. I didn't realize that they were big quilts. Was that fantastic? Are you excited about her projects? There are so many amazing classes to take on this cruise. It's going to be hard to pick, I know. So if you have not looked at the brochure, you can go to my website, machinequilting.live, look under events, right? And you can click Quilting Cruise, download the brochure. If you have any questions, you can always contact any of us or Quilt Seminars at Sea.